just mentioning
This is an NBC News special report. Here's Lester Holt.
Good morning from Rome. As we look at the Sistine Chapel, we can see black smoke billowing from the chimney. This means the 133 cardinal electors have not decided on a new pope. This means the conclave will continue with the cardinals voting in another round this afternoon to determine who will be the next leader of the Catholic Church. Joining us for it all is NBC News correspondent Ann Thompson and our senior Vatican analyst, George Weichel. Ann, let me start with you. We're all going to be back timing now. This took about 2 hours from the start of their working day until this indication of no pope.
I think what it shows us is they've got the voting process down. This went much faster than yesterday, which took 3 hours and 15 minutes from the time they closed the door to the time we saw black smoke. We assume that they did the 2 ballots that they were scheduled to do this morning. So that means it's taking about an hour a ballot, which is on a good pace.
All right. We wanted to get the scene right now outside on St. Peter's Square. We could, from our vantage point here, a couple blocks away, we could hear the roar of the crowd. Hard to discern whether it was disappointment or what the reaction was. Let's go to Molly Hunter right now, who is on St. Peter's Square. Molly?
Hey, Lester. It is not as crowded as last night, but there was a big gasp as soon as that black smoke came up. And I want to introduce you, Lester, to a couple people that we have met down here. We have Irene and John. They actually got married yesterday. Tuesday, earlier this week. And what a gift to then be here for the conclave. What's it been like today?
It is beyond excitement. It is the best wedding gift you could possibly ask for. And the best will be to see white smoke come out in the next vote or the next day.
And you weren't here last night, but you did just see the black smoke come out. What does it feel like just to be here witnessing that?
It's hard to describe. You're overwhelmed with excitement and joy, and just to be here with millions of people for a once-in-a-lifetime event, an opportunity, it's breathtaking, really.
John, what does it feel like? You've got your new wife. You're surrounded by an unbelievable crowd.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a blessing to be married on Tuesday within the Vatican, and then on Thursday be here watching the smoke come out, and we're just overjoyed. We're going to be here through next week, so hopefully we'll see white smoke and enjoy it.
So you'll be back this afternoon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and tomorrow morning, if not white smoke again?
Yes.
Can I bring in your Father Brian?
Father Brian.
I just want to, you were there at the wedding. Can you just give us your quick reaction being here?
It was just a blessing for all of us to be a part of this day. When we planned this or talked about it first, when John and Irene spoke to me on Christmas morning this past, little did we ever imagine that we would be here at such an incredible historic time.
And you were here last night. You're in it for the long haul as well.
Yeah. It was a test in physical stability and strength to stand for about 3 or 4 hours in a huge crowd, but incredible.
For all of us, guys, thank you so much, Lester. I'll send it back up to you.
Molly, thanks. George Weigel is here. What mechanically now? What happens next? This means they've taken 2 votes today.
Correct.
They've come up with no result, and now they'll go at it again this afternoon.
That's right. Let's remember this is a supermajority election. You need 2/3 to be elected. That's a tough mountain to climb. It occurred to me as soon as that black smoke went up that they're eager for lunch today after having dinner delayed rather a long time last night. So there'll be a pause. There'll be lunch back at the Casa Santa Marta, the guest house where they're staying. And then at 4 o'clock, I believe, this afternoon, they gather again for 2 more ballots if necessary. If the first ballot does not produce a 2/3 majority, they'll go directly to what would be a 5th ballot in this election.
So you say directly, there's no conversation going on about...
No, they go straight to the 5th ballot. And if that doesn't work, then we'll get black smoke again later tonight. Remember, this is the most diverse electorate in papal history. These men really did not know each other. Many of them didn't know each other that well coming into this. There were multiple plausible candidates for the papacy, so it really shouldn't be a big surprise that this is going to take a while to sort out, although maybe it'll sort out this afternoon.
And we should point out, Ann, that in past papal elections, it's gone at least 2 days, at least in the more recent ones.
Right. Francis was elected on the 5th ballot. Benedict was elected on the 4th ballot. But the key thing, I think, here today will be lunch. What kind of momentum are they seeing in that voting? What will they discuss over lunch? Who is going ahead? Who is falling back? Lunch is really important.
I keep
here.
thinking in practical terms that they've got this information and they know where the numbers are,
right.
but it's the kind of thing normally you would want to write in notes. If I was doing something like that, I'd be taking notes, okay, 150 or, whatever the number would be. They don't have that opportunity.
Well, they're taking notes during the announcement of the ballots. I mean, I'm sure some people are scribbling down notes. As Ann said, the key thing seems to be, in the history of papal elections, to maintain a steady momentum up the ladder. If you plateau or begin to fall off, then people tend to be looking for another candidate at that point. Or if there is a deadlock between two leading candidates, as happened in the second conclave in 1978, the window is open for, in that case, Karol Wojtyła of Poland to become a new candidate who then wins the day.
And we should note again, when we saw the black smoke, we could hear the roar in the square. People reacting to this. We've talked to a number of people who came here specifically for this moment or were in town on vacation, but with the assumption and the belief that this was going to happen right like that. And of course, things don't move quite like that, although the smoke does sneak up on us very quickly.
But I think you'll see a big crowd this afternoon because as we get further along, the chances are greater that we're going to see white smoke.
Well, that concludes this NBC News special report. Much more throughout the morning on Today. I'm Lester Holt in Rome. Thank you for watching, and good day.